you, sir.
कैसे हैं?
All good, sir. Glad to have you here on time.
मेरे तो 10 बज रहे हैं यहाँ पे रात के.
Okay, you're joining us from which country?
सिडनी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया.
Oh my God, I thought you're in India. Wonderful, sir. I'll be welcoming you. I never thought that you're there. Coming back to you, sir. Just give us 2 minutes.
Sure, sure.
Can we just... Okay. We welcome you all to Connecting Millennia Series 3. It's amazing to welcome you all at Person to Personality Series 3 Personal Breakthrough Webinar. It's so important to see smiling faces each day. And yes, it's a confession. We are missing meeting everyone these days. Thank God that we are being tech savvy these days and there's a community we look forward to. We come here each day evening. The way my kids are glued to Ramayana, I guess I'm glued to my webinars now, isn't it? So let me see some smiling faces because today's webinar is all about emotions. This topic is so close to my heart that we want to emote all our feelings today. And now, as we go live, we'll be soon inviting the speaker of the today, who is none other than such a versatile girl who will be sharing not just her own life experience, but who will shake us with actually sharing all the secrets of emotions and make us feel what happens, what are the implications when we suppress our own emotions. Moving ahead, I'll just say, sitting before you is Nancy Juneja. I'm the founder, RevUp, and co-founder, Mentorx. Many of you know me, but for the people who don't, it's been 2 decades. I'm on the journey of education, empowerment of youth, startup individuals. It's our humble effort during this time when we need community the most. We started our webinars since 3 weeks, and each and every day, we are growing our community. Thanks to all of you who made the effort to come here today. Thanks to all the contributors who came in this platform and shared their wisdom. Moving ahead, I feel blessed to introduce the speaker for today. What you see here is all the webinars that we have done under this community. Indians as well as people overseas from Australia, Tokyo, Singapore, Ukraine, many of the countries joined us. And this is the time when I can say the universe is my community. Moving ahead, just a sec. So we welcome Ayushi Singh and give me 60 seconds here We'll be just back in 2 minutes.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Since Nancy has given us a few minutes of break, let us continue when she comes back. Hi, Nancy. I can see people are still joining here. Nancy, are you still there? All right, I think she cannot hear my voice. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining this session in the evening, and I hope you all are keeping safe and are being, strong enough to fight with this coronavirus. We have chosen this topic because right now we are all into emotional stress, and it's very obvious, of course. So let me, hi, Nancy. I'll request Nancy to continue here.
Hi, so sorry. Hi, Ayushi. So basically, we prepared a wonderful slide for Ayushi and some technology glitch that it wasn't there. So I took some of the time to come back. So humble of her that, these are the people who don't wait for the introduction to come on the platform. Can we hats off to her and applaud her for being here today? Everyone, please.
Thank you.
Everyone, can we just a round of applause for this girl to be here? We welcome you, Ayushi Singh, to Connecting Millennia Community, wherein we join every day for some topic of the other from industry's best. Today, we are humbled to have you here. To the topic, know how your emotions play important role in your personality building. It is so important to know how our emotions play role in our own personality building. During my life, entire time in my family, I was just told, don't be emotional fool. I never knew what is the basics behind. I never knew that. I was told to act mature. That is it. And today, when Ayushi gave us this topic, it was enlightenment for me too. That when I was suppressing my emotions, maybe during my teenage, maybe when I had my phase that when I wanted to share, somehow these emotions which were suppressed inside had implications on my own behavior. It reflected my persona. It reflected everything, my attitude, my behavior, my conduct at that point of time. And today, when I'm able to express myself at the word at large, I feel to express emotions is so good. I request all the kids, all the parents, teenage, and the people, the senior people who are there with us today to make the most of this session. And I assure you that this girl is a wonder woman. Whatever comes from her today will going to make the most in your own behavior. I welcome Ayushi Singh, who is accomplished software engineer, public speaker, CBT practitioner, and author. She has just authored a wonderful book. I'll request Ayushi to show the book to everyone if it is near. She has deep knowledge in AI and human psychology. She's awarded as Pride of Prayag by NKS, ex-Education Minister of India. She's worked with MNC like HCL, Infosys, and so many. The list was going on. And apology to Ayushi that probably I didn't add it here. She's associated with international organization as mentor and board of advisors. I'm deeply humbled to welcome Ayushi to the platform of Connecting Millennia. Over to you, Ayushi.
Thank you very much, Nancy. I hope I'm audible. Just a check of mic. All right, that's great. So First of all, I'm really thankful to Nancy Juneja, Mrs. Nancy Juneja, and Dr. Munish Jindal, which I'm not sure who is available yet. And anyway, we will be talking about these two gems because these people are actually the heart and soul of many companies, including Mentorx. And Mentorx is a platform where you, if you are a visionary, you can, bloom and outstand. So I'm really thankful to both of these souls who approached me and asked me to conduct the session. This is an opportunity for me. And thank you for everyone who has taken time from their busy schedules and joined this session. I promise that this session will not be a boring one. And there will be many things you'll take away from here. So as you know, I'm into technology, human psychology, and literature as well. I found myself keenly interested in human psychology, majorly. So I love interacting with people. I love understanding their emotions. And of course, some scientific and theoretical part as well. So let me start by sharing the screen. Please let me know if it is visible to all of you. And you know what? I'm a chatterbox. So if in case I'm always speaking, just pause me and ask me any question if you have any doubt, or I can speak in Hindi as well. What I'm trying to say, because this is one of the most underrated, topics. Let me just share the screen here. Okay. Is it visible to all of you? All right, I think it's visible. What's the first screen saying? I think this is what Nancy talks about. Are you
Are you an emotional fool or frequently called so?
That's right. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you
you
are
so much.
not. Well, you are not.
Of course, you are not. So, thank you, sir, for joining, and thank you for starting with the motivation and responding to my question. So, are you an emotional fool? It's very obvious that people often call you an emotional fool, but believe me, you are not, because ultimately we are dealing with human beings in any way, in any profession you are, be it in legal, be it in technology, corporate, governmental, you are ultimately dealing with human beings. So in the haste of growing and earning money, we often forget the emotional aspect of a life. So going ahead, let's talk about what is emotions. Emotion is not feelings, okay? Feeling is experience. Emotions are of neurological, and cognitive. Cognitive is also called psychological, all right? Physiological is the involuntary reaction of our body towards any action in the environment. For example, if you are hurt, your body will, freak out, or you will feel the pain and will start crying. That is psychological. That the emotions that you feel by the action that take place in your body. Neurological, it is involuntary, often involuntary, and it causes because of some neurological actions. So if in case you are feeling very cranky or you're not feeling good, you don't know the reason. It's maybe because of the neurological action in your brain. And then comes cognitive. That is the main emotions that we judge and feel. It comes from thoughts, ideas, experiences, and of course, overthinking. So let me go ahead. What is emotional intelligence? Can any one of you, frame it in your words, own words, and explain it to me? Because I love an interactive session, believe me. I'm not a one-sided speaker. It's difficult. So what is emotional intelligence? Any one of you? Anyone? All right, I'm the only chatterbox here. Anyway, I think.
Ayushi?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have muted everyone. So yes, they can raise hands and then we can unmute them if you wanted to be interactive.
Certainly. Please, if anyone want to answer, just raise your hand. There is an option there.
And they're writing in the chat box also.
All right. Since I'm sharing the screen, I cannot view the chat box. All right.
Yeah, so we have Mr. Chandar who wants to say, yeah.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
It's just like a reflex section. Our response, it comes like that.
Yeah, somewhat it's correct. So emotional intelligence is like a measurement that we do for our emotions majorly. It is a factor that is measured from an individual to individual IQ. But then it is not predefined. It does not have a defined equation, but it is one of the integral aspects in building personality or body, human being. So what is an emotional intelligence? I will give you a simple answer here. Emotional intelligence is not about being nice all the time. It is honest and real in what you do. Again, being honest and real does not mean being blunt and rude. If you want to convey something, you can convey it in a better manner, sugar coated. But then again, there will be people who will be saying sugarcoating means pretending. No, it's not. Why it is not, I'll let you know in the later slides. Emotional intelligence is not about being touchy-feely. That means if I say anything to you, you become so sensitive that you react to that situation. Believe me, it will hinder your growth. You don't have to be oversensitive to everything and every statement that an individual say or speak. It will, from power, it will turn into your weakness. It is about being aware of your feelings and of others. Emotional intelligence is not about being emotional. It's about being smart with your emotions. You know how? Well, I'll let you know later. Otherwise, everything in one slide will be too much of information. Let me go ahead. What are the personal benefits of being emotional? Greater career success, stronger personal relationships, which I'm sure you all will agree, increased optimism and confidence, better health. Better health, why? Because your emotions directly affect the performance of your body. So I often give lectures on depression. It's like, the rope where you hang clothes. If you hang, more than the threshold of that rope, that rope will break apart. Similarly, our body. If we try to stress our body with a lot of emotions, negative emotions, overthinking, it will, you know, it will not be able to perform. And of course, it will directly affect our performance, our work, our success, our growth in every field. Increased optimism and confidence, of course, that is an obvious part of better health. Stronger personal relationship, we all know, and greater career success. Well, your attitude matters a lot. Going ahead, professional benefits, effective leadership skills. According to a report, it has been recently found out that 58% of employees get promoted not just because of their skill set, but something more, and that is their EQ. Whenever you are given a personality test, or whenever you go through certain examination process where you are being judged intellectually and personally, you are never asked the questions which are based on theories and knowledge that you have learned from your school. It is also based on your experience and your reaction to a particular situation. And there is a difference between a manager and a leader. We all know that. Obviously, it's a controversial topic to discuss, but a leader has proved to have a better threshold of emotional tolerance as compared to a manager. A manager is a trained person, but a leader has an attitude to take risks. Second part, improved communication. That is obvious. Because if you are humble, if you are able to manage your emotion, if you are a good listener, your communication will automatically improve. Number third, less workplace conflicts. Of course, good communication, healthy relationship, and of course, less of workplace conflicts. Better problem solving skills because your mind is relaxed. Increased likelihood of promotion because everyone loves a happy-go-lucky person. Everyone, even in the most critical situation of a company. So there are 4 essential competencies, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, for emotional intelligence. They are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management. So this is a theoretical part, I'm not going deep into it, but you have to understand that even in emotions, there are 2 aspects. What emotion you have with yourself and what emotion you have with your society. Unless and until you don't love yourself, no one will love you. It is a harsh and hard, but a true fact. So you have to understand awareness. You have to be aware of your positive and negative aspects. You have to be self-managed. Then only you can get yourself exposed to social world. So I'll tell you about myself. I was a very introvert person. I never used to, I had my own assumptions. I think world is a hard place and life is, cruel to me or to anyone. It's not easy. But then I moved out of my house and I started interacting with people. I learned much more from what I learned from my books. And you all, I can see many, experienced people who are with me in the meeting, and they will not deny this fact, because at times you learn a lot from the other person than from the theories. Why history is written, why history is scripted, why we are studying about wars. The reason is we should not repeat the mistake that had been done in the past. So that is all the emotional aspects that are dealt into theories and taught to us. So 4 essential competencies, as I told you, it's about relation with yourself and with others. Again, the sub aspect of it is awareness and management. If you are not aware, you will not know how to manage. Believe me, it's okay to have positive side and negative side of your behavioral traits, but it is more important how you manage the negative aspect of your personality. Everyone has a positive and negative aspect. So going ahead, so people often ask me how you can say that businesses are influenced by emotions. If you are a very a person who loves to explore and know the story behind, then you might have come across many logos who have stories, right? So if we see, each and every logo has a story, plus the color codes are related to it somewhere. So in the screen that is in front of you, it has a color emotional chart that shows how colors are emotionally related to each and every logo, people, crowd. So if we talk about a yellow color, clarity and warmth. Friendly color is orange. Excitement, hunger is youthful and bold. So if you go to many restaurants or any place that is into food and beverage industry, you will see that it is often of these 3 colors: yellow, orange, or red. So you have to understand the psychology behind it. It's all the game of emotions. All right. So, okay. So till now, anyone have questions? Nancy, I cannot see the chat box. Can you please help me there? You're not audible. I guess you're on mute.
So, Ayushi?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's wonderful. The session is going wonderful, and the people are writing side by side on the chat. If you want to read, you can just press the chat box and read all the information. And plus the QA session we are keeping in the last 15 minutes if you want to go with the flow. Otherwise, I'll unmute all and they can ask as you say.
Thank you for being a wonderful host. I'll continue with the session. All right.
Yeah.
Just give me a moment. Okay. Okay, the screen is visible to all of you?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so let me talk in numbers. We don't believe on things that don't have, results. That's right. So I have collected some facts and figures about the organizations and the people who are performing there. I have listed those down. I'll read it to you. Up to 90% of difference between outstanding and average leaders is basically linked with emotional intelligence. EI, that is emotional intelligence, is twice as important as IQ and technical expertise combined, and 4 times as compared to IQ. So the ratio is 1:4, where 1 stands for EI and 4 stands for IQ plus technical expertise. So the idea here is to understand that the weightage of emotional intelligence is far more than IQ, because IQ is something very static, which can be learned, which can be gained, which can be acquired, but emotional intelligence can be only learned with your personal experience. More than 50% of employees lack the motivation to keep learning and improving their life. 4 in 10 people cannot work cooperatively. 70% of all change initiatives fail because of people issue. Now that is one thing very obvious, that people are not able to accept changes. So I have been reading somewhere about change management theory. We have a problem. We human mind is not easily adoptable and adaptable. And here is when comes the ego factor. If we are able to understand and learn and accept what is told, what is being pointed on, then we will learn very easily. And with the learning graph, our success factor is directly proportional. Going ahead, you can see the difference between EQ and IQ. Okay. So it is, so if you say, so I know I'll be getting many contradictory questions here, that people are being judged on EQ. Yes, they are, but they are only hired on IQ levels. All right. All right. The reason is IQ that is static is based on technical expertise, and that is limited till certain rounds only. If you have been into professional world, there will be one PI round, and that PI round will be based on EQ. that is emotional quotient. I have many cases in front of me where a person full-fledged with knowledge, full-fledged with experience is not able to survive in an organization just because they are not able to gel up with the team members. And as I told you prior, before the start of this session, that ultimately we all are dealing with human beings. And we all are made with emotions. So if you say that IQ is very important, here you are very much wrong. If you have a weapon and you don't know how to use it, it's a waste throughout your life. So know how to use your emotional quotient efficiently. Can EQ be increased? Yes. You know, EQ, if not used properly, that is, if emotions are not used properly, they turn into depression, agitation, and many other mental diseases. So, as Nancy told you all, I have written a book on psychothriller. It is based on a disease called schizophrenia, where you face problems of hallucinations and overthinking, stress. There is always pain on the right side of your brain. And let me tell you here, our right side of brain is related to emotions. A right side of our brain is related to creativity. Our right side of brain is not able to understand logical aspects, but it's able to understand the perceptions. And by perceptions, I mean emotions. So yes, EQ can be increased. How? Number one, with good communication, good and transparent communication. If you want to be listened, learn how to speak. If you want to be, want to speak, then be a good listener. Because at times it happens, only one is speaking, other is, zoomed out. So good communication is one of the reasons. Number two, be very flexible. I know you have a lot of experience, and with age, we become so rigid that whatever we have experienced in our life, we think it's the best. So be rigid with what you have. Don't be rigid with what you have learned. So, for example, if I say that my experience towards life is very positive, but your experience towards life has not been positive, that doesn't mean that your expression of life is absolute and correct. It's just based on your experience. It's just based on your year of experience till you survive 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, whatever. The day you become flexible, the day you start accepting things, you will be emotionally very strong. All right. Number three, don't attach yourself. So the third point is often, if you have read the scriptures of Lord Buddha, he used to say, don't attach yourself with any material or person or event or any materialistic or living being so much that if you have to depart, that breaks you down. So it happens that when you are so very much attached to a particular thing, you are not able to, tolerate the depart of it. You're not able to get separated from it. As a result, you waste a lot of time pondering over that loss. You waste a lot of time thinking over that loss and going into depression. 3 points. Number 4, practice. And how you can practice? Interact with as many people as you can. And believe me, not with the perception that I am the best, I am educated, I am PhD, I am this much certified, and this and that. With the perception that that experience of that person may help you. I, being a writer, I keep myself very flexible to everything. At times it's difficult. I accept that. It's my fault. But being flexible helps me to be more creative, to speak well, to write well, to give examples. So these are the 4 factors you have to focus on. And you know what? Conflicts happen because you don't listen, you don't accept. And according to human psychology, it has been said that people are facing with a lot of ego problems. A lot of ego problems. You know why? Because they are suffering somewhere with inferiority complex. Everyone wants to be known. Everyone wants to be recognized. Everyone wants to be listened. But no one listens to no one. And here is when ego, comes and takes the grip. You become so rigid that you underestimate the other person. And here is when everything is finished. Your relationship with that person, maybe your all linkages with that person, career-wise, personal-wise, anything. For elderly people, I would say at times there are with family members. I often have conflicts with my parents as well, but then I have to accept that I am wrong because they are experienced. I have to listen to them. Elderly people often face this problem. The youth often face the problem of breakups. They are so much attached to their partner that they are not able to accept the breakups. So these are the factors in which you can practice and you can grow. And as I told you, IQ can be static, but EQ grows every now and then with your experience. Okay, so let me move to the next slide. The major doubts. So these are the doubts that have been discussed while posting, while inviting you all. Do you think that your emotions are hindering your growth? If you think so, then you need to dig deeper. Remember, in whichever field we are, ultimately we are dealing with human beings. You all are here. Tell me, any one of you who is not dealing with human beings directly or indirectly? Yes, we are. We all are dealing with human beings, and we have to understand that our emotions are our key to success. All we need is to use this weapon smartly. Do you know your emotions and your power is your power and makes you unique? Yes, it is. But with emotions, of course, there is knowledge. Do you know that movies and serials and reality shows are getting TRPs just with emotions? Maybe fake, but yes, with emotions. Why? We, being the viewers of that Indian Idol or any other TV serials or reality shows, can relate and connect with that. Although somewhere we know that it's fake and false. But yes, we know we are connected to it. Somewhere we feel it. And hence, they are earning in huge amounts. A skill set can always be learned, but empathy, emotions, relationships, etc., cannot be trained. Have you ever in life been taught about emotions? No. You have been taught about awareness. You have been taught about moral values. You have been taught about basic knowledge. If this happens, how will you react? So it's all about awareness, realization, and moral values. In every session, I used to say that with age, be more flexible. With age, become younger. With age, become more ignorant, because that is to success. All the visionaries, leaders, and all the people who ever ruled the world accepted even the lamest sentence of the ignorant person. because they listened, because they connected with that person. So awareness, realization, and moral values. So what is spiritual? What is spiritual world about? What is meditation all about? It's all about emotions. So it's all connected. We are not living this life to learn theorems, techniques, technology, programming, coding. No, no way. We are all here to connect with each other and leave an impact even after we are gone from this world, right? A person who lives forever is not the person who do something big, but who remains in the heart forever. So why Ramayana and Mahabharata or any other epic stories are being popular even today? Because it's just all about emotions. And we all can, well, the biggest example here is the coronavirus incident, the pandemic. You cannot buy with all your money your health, your family's health, right? There's nothing. Everything is now connected with emotions. Everything. Your growth, your career, your life is all shattered if you are not emotionally connected, emotionally strong, and thinking positive. Do you want to know some success secrets that are not often told to you? Well, do you know the concept of reference and recommendations? In a company, in an institute, if you want to get your job done, if you want to get employed, if you want to work under someone, references work, recommendations work. I will never recommend a person who I don't trust or I don't have a connection with, right? The reason is all related to emotions. If I don't have that trust, it's not about passing the exam. It's not about cracking the, interview session. It's about, will that person be able to prove himself? I hope that person will not be able to, I hope that person will not let me down when he joins the organization. Somewhere in the mind, I'll have that, mindset while recommending that person to my boss. Again, it's all emotions. It's nothing related to the skill set or anything. I will never ever recommend my bestest of friend if they will let me down in the organization. Never. That will hamper my job as well. So again, recommendations, reference is a game of emotions. So if you go out in this world, expose yourself as a very graceful personality, everyone will love you and they will love to work with you, right? So the next point is the idea of a favorite employee, student, friend, or colleague. Well, that is a bitter truth, but we all have a favorite employee, favorite student, favorite friend, and a colleague. You will not deny me. I'm sure about it. And while I'm saying this, that person's picture is in your mind. You have many friends, but there is always one favorite friend whom you will compromise, for whom you will compromise everything. And that is because of the emotional connect with that person. And emotions are mutual. It's not about being only loved. You have to love too. You have to like too. You have to appreciate too. You know, people call me that I flatter a lot. No, I don't. I appreciate people. Even if they do the silliest of the things, because I know how much effort they have put in. I'm not involved in the last result, because the result is never ever a perfect, never. Everything is tending to perfection, but nothing is always perfect. So I always appreciate even the stupidest thing is I can see, but I know that person has put in effort, and believe me, that appreciation helps that person to work more towards it. You know what is the people call it passion. My passion is this, my passion is that. The reality is, passion is something that you are emotionally connected to. Passion is not something you are technically or theoretically or by knowledge connected to. If you are passionate about something, be it anything, believe me, you will spend hours and hours and you will not even realize that you are working so hard towards it. The reason is emotional connect. The reason is you are connected somewhere by heart and soul to do that work. And if you are told to do the simplest of work and you're not emotionally connected to it, bam, that is ruined. That is spoiled, finished. So passion is emotions. It is not always about number of digits you have in your bank account. It is about the impact and influence you make even after you are gone. Don't be a worker or an employee. Be an individual entity like none other. So these are the lines that I have framed just before the session. It's easy to work. It's easy to do a job, right? If you are not there, you're fired. Anyone else with the same qualification will do that job. But be someone that if you leave that job, the boss is never, ever satisfied with the next person who is joining, right? So I'm over with the one-sided speaking. Anyone who have any doubt regarding this thing, this session, please ask me. Nancy, over to you. I think Nancy is not here. Nancy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just a sec. I'm here. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. It was really an eye-opener in today's time. Sometimes even we wonder that, you know, in the rat race, in the normal routine of life, we forget to express our emotions as we should. And today you have pinpointed some of the things that made us really think that what we are doing and how we need to behave. There were many people who are writing in chats many valid points, and if you can see that, Ayushi, and I request everyone, if you have any QA questions, so please, we're open for QA session. You can always mention your questions in chat and you can raise your hand. Till the time, I request Dr. Manish Jindal, the founding president of Mentorx, to thank Ayushi for sparing out time and being with us today. And we thank you from the bottom of our heart, Ayushi. So over to you, Dr. Jindal. Please be with us. You know, I guess as Ayushi said, emotions have effect on entire life, on our success, on our leadership. And today we have audience from all walks of life. I see people joining from corporate world, from homemakers to kids to teenage, each one sharing their own experience here. I request Payal to check with Dr. Jindal. I believe he was there with us and maybe he's not there at the moment. Till the time we take on to the questions, and we have people, we have Ankit who raised hand in among the, when the webinar was going on. And so over to Ankit Singh.
हाँ यार शेफ बन गया हाँ वो तो है या तो इंटरेस्ट होगा मेरे साथ फूड टाइप होगा तो इस हिसाब से सोचा कि चलो शेफ बन जाते हैं
I guess he's on the call.
हाँ और दूसरी बात इनको कनाडा और यूएसए से तो काफी अटैच
So yeah, so moving ahead, I'll just say anybody who want to ask the question, you're most welcome to raise the hand. To go beyond, we have, I love to read the chats also. We have so many people thanking Ayushi, Aman Gujral, and Sangeeta, Avirad, and people telling upon that we are dealing. It is an awesome session and we're looking for more. Nidhi and Ankit, so insightful. That's wonderful for everyone who joined us today. It was really an eye-opener session. Mr. Chandar said we're working in online trading. Please help us. how in global business emotions help? A complicated question, I must say, but I'll see my speaker for today, Ayushi, can simplify it. So how emotions can help even in the market scenario? Very tricky question. So over to you, Ayushi.
All right. Everyone's thought process varies from the background they come, from the cultural difference. So before jumping into any market or building up a global relationship, it is important to know your audience. All right. So you have to understand that whom you are going to target. At times, for example, if I'm giving a very simple example. Sometimes British English is different from American English, and some words are not found good in British English. So the way you speak, the words you choose, plus the examples you give is very important to understand and relate to, because you have to understand the thought process of the person you are targeting. And if you're talking about global business, then of course, again, the cluster of people you are targeting, the target audience. So if you are, at times it happens that you don't know your audience, try to be straightforward. Try to be polite and straightforward. If you think that making your own sentence, making your own examples may be a risk to you, just on first shot, on the first meeting, know your audience and connect with them in a better way in the sessions that take place henceforth. So be very particular about knowing your audience. It's very important to connect with them emotionally. All right. Yeah. All right, Nancy, you are on mute, I guess.
Yeah, that's great, Ayushi. So everything while dealing with our clients and our business, also our emotions, the tone, and whatever feeling that we speak upon, as rightly put by Ayushi, matters. I love to ask from, I deal with many students, many youth. So I love to ask from their point of view that during this current times, we see that, it is a very uncertain time when the kids, when the students like us, they were not bound, that it is not like summer holidays. They just know that we are locked without going outside. So I know there must be many emotions they're going through. They might not, expressing in front of their parents. And similarly, they have a lot of emotional turmoil inside. We are seeing many behavior changes, and I believe in the future ahead we'll be seeing much more. So what you can give a tip probably to the parents here for their kids out there, that how to admit, because I feel whatever their outer behavior is, even if they're not showing, there's much inside. So how they can judge what is happening inside and how they can promote them to express their emotions today.
All right. So it's okay to be their friends for some time, not being just parents. It happens at times that that parents want their kid to do so much that their expectations become a pressure to them. Let them explore, experience, and go out into the field, uh, in whichever field they want to. They will return back if they are not able to hear bear the wound and pain of that field. For example, if you think that your child is very much passionate about painting, they will not be able to bear failure in that field. For then they'll realize and they'll come back. But if they're seriously passionate about particular field, they'll jump into that and they'll go miles and miles. They'll accept the failure and they'll keep on moving. So just try to understand that your child is a part of you, not you. Okay, they might their thought might vary, right?
That's a
So
great
this is
insight. Thank you so much. That's a great insight, Ayushi. It's such a critical topic today that we are all glued to you, glued to this session. Sometimes it happens that we want to express, but we are not. So now we have Avirat Jain and Alok who are waiting for the questions. Over to you, Avirat.
Thank you, ma'am, for a wonderful session. Hope you remember me.
Of course, I do.
I
You
have
are one of
your
my favorite.
I have your book and it's amazing. Can you share points how to write a book? I'm 12 years old.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. So first of all, decide a genre in which you want to write. It's a myth that people say your English have to be very good. Your English can be fine. It should be, it's okay to have a mediocre level English, but the way of expression is important in any kind of literary, piece that you are going to write. Because literature, English, Hindi, Sanskrit, be it any Spanish, be it any language, it's just an expression. It's just a theorem to express. It's not a feeling, right? So first decide in which genre you want to write. Who are your target audience?
In robotics.
Robotics? Oh, that's something related to technology. Then
Yeah.
I would suggest read much of the CIO news. I'll share you some links. There are many, magazines that are available about technology. So you can go through that. There are many competitive programming events that is going on. So you'll understand the concept of robotics as well from there.
Right.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Avirat. I request you all, I'll request Payal, my teammate, to share the link of the Connecting Millennia Learners community. You're most welcome to fill it up so that you get notification of all our webinars. It was such a valuable session, Ayushi. And if at all the members, all the members enjoyed it, please write valuable in the chat box. Please write insightful in the chat box so that we know that what was the feedback of this session. We love to know from you one word from this session. And here we have Dr. Manish Jindal, who love to thank Ayushi for joining us. Over to you, Dr. Jindal.
Namaste. Namaste.
Hi, Mr. Jindal. How are you?
Hi. Hello, Ayushi ji. How are you? A very
I'm
warm
good,
good evening to everyone. Glad to know and glad to see such vibrant face of yours. And I want to let everyone know that we have Ayushi Singh, and it's a matter of pride and privilege for all of us. She is the world acclaimed author of The Child of True Lovers. I think I don't know whether she has told or about you all this. And I have personally got her autographed book, and I've read it, and I'm totally mesmerized. Totally mesmerized. Thank you, Ayushi, for that the other day, giving me your self-authored signed copy. And your session was indeed thought-provoking and very enlightening. I was sitting through the entire session, whether you noticed me or not, but I literally loved it. My camera was earlier turned off, and I totally loved the session. And I believe the entire audience would have felt that they got the value delivered. So thank you for sparing your valuable time and letting it happen. And we're looking forward to many more sessions like this in the coming near future. And so once again, thanks to you, Ayushi ji, for sparing your time. And I want to thanks to all our community of Connecting Millennia for being here. We are establishing this Connecting Millennia community across the globe. We are providing this international platform for networking, webinars, knowledge sharing, expert advice, mentoring, coaching, counseling, career growth opportunities for people from all walks of life: women, entrepreneurs, housewives, kids, youth, startups, students. We are connecting you with academicians, educationists, industrialists, entrepreneurs, and wonderful people like Ayushi, author come international celebrity. I personally hold her in very high regard. So this is a wonderful community of people at both ends. So, and I'm glad you all are part of it. And first, I would be giving it over to Nancy ma'am So she will take it over and she will let you know better. And Nancy ma'am, I just want to let you know that our team with Payal, she's facing some glitches in her system. So she's out of the Zoom as of now. So we both have to manage it further.
Wonderful.
Over to you, Nancy ma'am. And thank you, Ayushi ji, and namaste to all our audience.
Thank you very much. You are a wonderful soul and a star of our team, and a lot to learn from you. Believe me, you have accomplished so much and still so down to earth. It's a wow factor.
Because it's because I have the wonderful people around. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jindal.
Over to you, Nancy ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Jindal. And thank you, Ayushi, once again. There's a question from Alok Gupta also. We'll be taking after 5 minutes, and we have certain announcement. And we'll just say that it was such an interactive workshop. You know, sometimes it happens that we want to ask something, but we don't want to come in front of the community. Somehow, even if I am facing a depression or a stress or a feeling of low today, me being a social influencer, maybe I don't want to come out with that emotion. That's a confession. But once we are alone, we might think this. But when we have this community, when we have people all together, the fact that we have registered for this webinar, the fact that we are here, we value your time, we value our time. We value the effort of our speaker, Ayushi Singh, to come here. The fact that we made here is that we realized the importance of emotions. We wanted to learn something more, something out of box. So I'll just request to all of you who made it here today. It was such an interactive workshop. You all asked questions here. Now we'll just tell you, are you ready to be focused and give 100%? The whole aim, as Dr. Jindal said, to bring out this initiative of Connecting Millennia is not just to get the industry's best, to flood you with information. Getting positive information is one thing, but it is our aim to make you take the right action, to make you believe that we are there to help you out, not we, our own team. All of us are a part of team. By all, just don't meet the team of Mentorx and the mentors on board with us. We all who are joining every day, we're related to each other. We like, seeing each other smiling faces. We come here with the hope to learn something new today. We come here with a new strength, and we come here to decide what next. We surely have a goal in mind, irrespective of the present circumstances. I feel nature has given us this call to go within, deep within, and to fill the gap during this time, to prepare, to unwind, to revamp ourselves, so that when the things are normal, even if we are not working on our emotions on daily basis, now we work upon that. I request you all to give your email IDs to us in the chat, so that we just don't inform you about the webinars. We give you the recording of this. I'll request Ayushi to give the learnings in a gist for all our members who took the effort. All the learnings would be mailed to you. If you want to ask anything to Ayushi, you can reach out to her. And I love to tell that all the workshops here and the present today's workshop, it is a certified workshop for the members of Connecting Millennia. We have requested even Ayushi to give us the certificate of participation to all the participants. You are most welcome to connect the Mentorx team if you wish to avail that. Thank you, Ayushi, for your inputs. Moving ahead, I'll just say something which I resonate. I don't want to be at mercy of my own emotion. I want to conquer the world. I feel that resonate with your presentation, Ayushi. Ayushi, sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Just a sec.
Yes.
Yeah, that is it. Exactly. So whatever I could gain from it, I just felt that I don't want to be at the mercy of my own emotion. As I'm growing, not just understanding my own emotion, but others' emotion also, I know and I've understood today how emotions play a major role in your physical, mental, financial, relationship, in each and every aspect, in each and every goal of your life. So we'll request Ayushi to give us and come up with a masterclass for our action takers, for the members of Connecting Millennia, specifically to work on this aspect. If anybody has any problem, let's give them the solution. Let's be there for them. Yeah, thank you so much, Ayushi. And I'll just say, we all at each part, each day, we discussed with you one question, that how you create progress in your business and life irrespective of this current scenario. I'm sure they're all aware people out here. And we all are taking steps. We all are designing our days. We are doing the things to do still. We are waking up with the same zeal as we were going to the office. We are going to the schools. And we are doing everything for our personal growth. And if at all you need a mentor, if at all you feel that you need someone to brief you about your goal, who can help you in deciding your aim and your direction, please reach out to us. And remember, you have a community effort. And not just reaching out to us, you need to spread this word. You need to take the responsibility on your shoulder that yes, Connecting Millennia is doing this, and we all are connecting millennia. The name that we have taken is connecting the dots, and we will do that. As written here, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps become a plan. A plan backed by action makes your dream come true. So this is the time, boys and girls, to write that goal, to write that deadline when you want that goal to happen. Though the session was on emotions, but our student Avirat asked about the book. He asked about the book. So he already had the goal, and he asked the mentor, he made the most of the opportunity. That is what we need to see, who's the mentor whom we can reach out to. And I'll just bring to you something that how you can stay focused and take consistent action towards your journey by having a proper system. Even if you want to write a book, I feel Ayushi is with me. You follow a system. Even if you're writing a blog, you're following a system. You want to reduce weight, you're following the system. And for the same thing, you're having a coach, you're having a mentor, you're having an accountability partner with you who is dealing with you day and night to see your progress. So I'll just say a humble request to everyone out there. Just remember, you can't win the game if you don't play it. A humble request to all of you. Thanks for coming here every day. Thanks for being with us. Write to us on which topics you want us to hear upon in the near future. Write to us if you want to contribute in this community in any form. We are there with you. And be in the system. Play with it. There's no fun being a mediocre. There's no fun being just a speculator. There's no fun being just an audience. Yes, it is good, but let's take a responsibility. Let's walk an extra mile to prove what we can do for our society. And I'll just ask you one thing. This has to be interactive. You can always put in your chat these answers, because once you write, it directly correlates with your psychology. Guys, do you want to expand? Do you want to expand? A yes from my side. Do you want to progress? Keep flowing with your yes so that we know how active you are. It's not a seminar, but it's a webinar where we have the same energy, same vibes. And do you want to progress? Do you want to talk to an expert? Do you want to reach out to your mentor? Do you want a community? If you say yes to this, we'll just say that we just need your commitment. This webinar is there for you completely free. The mentors are available to you, but we need a commitment. We need a commitment with you, and for that, we have just launched up and come up with membership of under Connecting Millennia Endeavor, so that we can request our international coaches as well as our Indian coaches to develop a forum where we provide masterclass to our mentees. It is only possible when our mentors are given the information that we have action takers to go with them. We don't want that our mentors are here, our panelists are here, and we don't get that action takers on webinars. We want the game changers to be here. We want the committed people to be here. So that forget whatever membership we had previously. Forget, the business patterns we used to have earlier. But now it is a sincere effort. As a community, we want to grow. We want to provide you the best. All the benefits are written here. And you are most welcome to reach out to us, our team. I'll mention our number also there, which is mentioned there. And we'll just tell you, reach out. Ayushi is also a part of our team. We all, audience, mentors, we are one team. Let's reach out to each other and find out how we can be of benefit to each other. How about when I need something and I'm just a call away to my mentor, and I just call that, okay, this is a part of the community. This is the power of the network, ladies and gentlemen. Moving ahead, I'll just say that this is the week flow. We have been coming up with you with week 1, week 2, and this is the week where we're not just coming to you from Monday to Friday. This is the third week when we have speakers from not just India, from different part of the world joining us and calling us to join. So this week, Monday to Sunday, we are seeing you each day. So we already had wonderful sessions from Anil sir, Ayushi, and I took one session. And now we have tomorrow someone who's coming all the way from France to meet you live. Please be there. Please do the commitment from your side that you're not just bringing yourself, you're bringing someone else. You're bringing someone else also here, so that we can show to the world what Connecting Millennia is doing, what is the power of spreading the inspiration around. You can see the people who are joining us, and you're most welcome to join us. The link of the webinars would be emailed to you if you've given your email to us. And I'll just say the Connecting Millennia membership is open to you. We'll be back to you again tomorrow. And till then, we had last question from Alok Jain. If he's here, you're most welcome to ask, sir. Ayushi is there, and she's such a compassionate, I'll say, coach, mentor, that she's answering all the questions so well. So, Mr. Alok Jain.
I think his name was Alok Gupta. I can see
Alok
his,
Gupta.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he's here.
All right. His question was, I'm not sure he's here.
Okay. So yeah, Ayushi, you can go on.
Okay, his question is how to connect to teenagers who are determined to stop study and start business, how to lure them back to studies and the worlds of learning. All right, Alok, a very, very good question, and something which is a deep concept to, most common idea to ponder upon. First of all, why are you focusing about they being getting educated or learning? Experiences teach them a lot, all right? Let them get their experience, their part of experience, and they'll come back to you. But if in case they are taking this action at the critical age, that is at the critical period of their life, that is during the primary education, I'm talking about 12th or maybe basic education, then you need to make them understand that unless and until you don't know your competitors, you don't know the strategy, your passion will not help. All right. Behind, imagination, implementation of an imagination, there is a great deep of learning, and there is a great deep of research. So if you want to convince them and bring them into the right track, pick up the autobiographies of some, renowned personalities, of some visionaries who have dropped out from this school, but in some way or the other, they are so strong in their particular department, their particular field, that they are able to tackle the situations of life. But if a youth, if a teenager is not ready to, acquire the basic education, I'm sorry, you're not able to bloom. So try to convince them with the case studies, and the case studies includes the people who are successful and of course who are not, because that is the way to convince them to build their foundation stronger, and then only they can go ahead into and expose themselves into the world. Talking about Nancy, yes, it is very important to get connected to Mentorx, because we all know that internet is blasted with information, a lot of information, and we are not assured what to consume and what to not. So it is best to understand the theory and guide it with the mentor. So it is very important, and I'm talking it in a very serious mode, to get yourself connected with Mentorx for your personal growth as well. Because there are numerous sessions, numerous certification courses that are going on, but they all are static. They all are theoretical, which you can buy, which you can mug up, but you will not be able to understand the actuality of that concept. Over to you, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Ayushi. You're most welcome to join our Facebook community also, which is a private group. All our recordings and the learning of the sessions will be going and emailing to the members of the Connecting Millennia group. But yes, you'll be getting all the notifications in the private group of Facebook. We request Ayushi also to be with us and share all the learnings of today's session in a gist so that they know the action plan also. Thank you so much, Ayushi. I'll just say that join us, not just every day, join us each moment sitting at your home, at the comfort of your home. Come out with your winning stories, write to us. And if this session was valuable, the session was eye-opener for me, for my family, for many of those whom I was introspecting when I was seeing the slides of Ayushi. So please post your review. Post your review, show your gratitude on Mentorx page. And not just this, write to us. We'll send all your testimonial to Ayushi as a thank you note from your side. And if at all you want to show your emotions, right now, make a 60 seconds video and speak to Ayushi. Tell about how this session was impactful. The best of the videos would be uploaded in the Connecting Millennia Facebook group, and you can see all there. Thank you so much. We'll sign off for the day and we'll see you tomorrow with the same zeal, same excitement, same time. Ayushi, do you want
Nancy,
to
I
say
want to add,
something?
yeah, I just want to add in here.
Sure.
So there are some questions that I have not answered. I can see people are still questioning. Due to the shortage of time, maybe I'll not be able to respond it to the best. All you can do is to go to the website, my website, www.ayushisingh.com, or you can reach via Mentorx team to ask the question. Okay. So no worries. I'm always there to ask any type of question, psychological, intellectual, emotional, or because I'm into CBT also, that stands for cognitive behavioral theory, and I deal with people who are facing emotional problems. So if you are one of them, feel free. You have a mentor here. And thank you, Nancy and Dr. Jindal, for connecting me with the beautiful people here. And I can see the zeal and excitement. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ayushi. Thank you so much. And we look forward to have you in the near future too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.